Hi guys and girls, I guess. Welcome to 30 Minute Mechanic. Today we're going to put the upper intake on, bolt it down, be done with that. Even that weird old bolt that's way back in there somewhere. So we're going to bolt that down, be done with that, and then maybe look at our downpipe and maybe might show you how I wrap up part of the downpipe. I don't know. Still got to pull the power steering pump off, so we got lots of things we can play with today. So buckle up, let's go. There is a little fly buzzing around here, and it is driving me bananas. Okay, we got to find a few tools here because, as always, I'm not prepared. But it's pretty simple stuff. Halfers. Where's the half? There it is. And there's the other one. Got them. All right. Now, got our tools. Got you all perched up there where you can kind of watch what's going on. These bolts, all of these bolts are fine thread. With the exception of the one that has to go back inside. Man, I don't know how. I don't know how I'm going to get the bolt in there and get it started. I may have to use a magnet. That's actually not a bad idea. And here, come on, get on there. And then one way back here, which I can only see with one eyeball at the moment, because it's there is blocked by the hood. Come on. Okay. And that one started. We're also going to need an Allen wrench. I think I said 3/16 last time? I don't think it's that one. I think it's that one. And that means I need this guy. Okay, I got one sitting right here. Let's just check it. That's it. 3/16. No. Yeah? Stinks when you get old. You can't read numbers. 3/16. That was right. Okay, let's see if we can stick our hand back in there. I may have to get my other light. Shine it in there. I might shine it in from this way. Just so I can see what I'm doing in there. Where is my... let me get the magnet just in case I need it. Hello, magnet. Oh my gosh. What is happening? That thing is getting stuck in my drawers here. Okay. Clog cleared. And I still don't know where my magnet is. What did I do? Well, unprepared. Unprepared. I'm always unprepared. Prepared to be unprepared. Okay, I can see the hole back in there. I don't know that I can get my fingers back in there. Maybe I can. Gosh. Don't understand. No, I can't. I'm gonna have to grab onto this and stick it in there. Maybe with some needle nose. Needly nosers. Betting I can do it. I bet I can do it with this. Bet I can use that. Let's see. Good gravy. Edelbrock. I mean, really. Is it too much trouble to make the bolt go all the way through? Why is this so hard? Oh gosh. Well, now I really got to find the magnet because the bolt just shot out of my magnet. It was actually literally on the cowl, on the core support right there. Literally. Okay, magnet. This might be a little easier with the magnet, mainly because it's skinnier and I can see. That was super easy. Now comes the hard part. Tightening it down. Just get this going the right direction. Because we have to just do it with the box, the open end a little bit here. Well, hope y'all enjoyed that time lapse there because that took forever. So there's a bolt back there. There's one here. There's one here. And one right under here. This manifold actually has that back corner back under here was broke off at some point. It's been welded back on. So I guess somebody either dropped it or got a little too froggy with the bolts and snapped it off at some point. Looks like it was repaired well, so not a big deal. Sure, this one didn't loosen up. Of course, there's no telling how old this stuff is. How many times it's been put on and taken off. Look at that. Well, I can't get a socket on that. Just barely. That one down. Make sure that one's snug. Torquing. Torqued. Torqued. Okay, that part's all done. Intake. Well, upper intake on. Whoa. I better relocate my Sharpies to my apron here so I don't lose them. Well, the next part is that plenum cover. I got all the bolts right here. Now, what I might do on this, I might put a little RTV on this because this gasket is not in the greatest condition. So I might just put a little goon pucky on there if I can find it. Where did I put it? Here I am, not prepared. I found it. Tried to put a whole lot on here, just a little dab-a-roo to kind of help seal her up a little bit. You don't really want it squirting out the cracks. And we'll just paint a little edge along there with our finger. Some of the pictures I looked at online, it looked like it had an O-ring in there. But when I pulled it apart, it was definitely not an O-ring. It's a regular, whoops. I've touched that up with a Sharpie. Definitely just a flat gasket, which I was not expecting. I kind of pulled a little bit out of it here and there. But the pieces stayed on this side, so I'm hoping it'll just kind of glue itself right back into place when I tighten the bolts down. And maybe we won't have a boost leak. That ought to do. I got a blue finger now. Blue finger, I had a paper towel. Put the lid on that. Put the lid on the RTV before I forget, because I'm good at forgetting and then drying it out. You can slip that guy right there. Like that. Get the rest of my bolts. Can't believe how long it took me to get that bolt in the middle tightened down. Took forever. Come on, get in there. Get in there. Yeah. There's that fly. He's a little guy. But again, they may be fast, but they're stupid. There we go. And where's my socket? Where's my... Whoa, what did I do with my wrench? That's on the other side. Not in the right place. Last weekend, I took the pulley off of this power steering pump. And for the life of me, I do not understand why power steering pumps have a pulley that's pressed on. I mean, everything else on the planet Earth has a pulley that bolts on. Why do power steering pumps have to be special? Why do they think they have to press on? It's so much of a pain to get off. But we are going to definitely replace that pump because it is leaking from somewhere. I don't know where. I don't know if it's just the return line or if it's actually the case. It looks like it's leaking over here. It looks like it's leaking over here, back there. I mean, it's everywhere. And whoever replaced this last time, there's a bunch of, I don't know if you can see that, but between the bracket and the pump, there's like a bunch of washers. So they, for some reason, felt like it needed to be spaced over. Which it very well may be. Or maybe they put the wrong pump on. I don't know. Maybe they mashed their pulley on too far. And I don't want to get these things too tight because they're screwing into aluminum. I don't want to ug and dug them. Look at that. It must be sealed up pretty good because that RTV is kind of ooching its way out. kind of along there. We'll wait till it dries and then we'll hit it with the black Sharpie and it'll disappear. Never see it again. But I'm guaranteed to mess up the gasket if I ever have to take this back off now. I don't know if you can still get gaskets like that from Metalbrock or not. I'm not sure this particular intake is still being made. Okay. Boom, upper intake on and done. I think this guy is really long. Really too long now. Really think I'm going to cut that hose off right about there. Let me get some cutters. I'm going to chop that dude shorter because it's going to plug into a different spot now and not traipse all over. What did I do with them scissors? I saw them a second ago. That trailer, that hose not traipse all over. It did go way over there, so I didn't want that. I wanted to go right here. So what we're going to do is chop these off. These particular scissors, these are pretty cool. I don't really know what they are. Fiskars, but they got a notch right down here in the bottom. That works really good for cutting hoses and stuff. Hooks it in there. I have no idea where those came from. I didn't buy them. They just ended up in my toolbox once upon a time. Well, that's perfect. I may end up putting a clamp on that just to keep it from squirting off with boost, but I'm not going to do that today. Got one right there I need to plug. It's an extra. But, okay, let's move on to something else. That's done. All right, next little chore I'm going to do is I'm going to put that, I'll put the cables in their spot. And I have no idea what bolt goes in there. Looking in my bolt bucket here. So, is it this little one? Nope. Is that that bigger one? Nope. What goes through there? Is that even threaded? Can't even tell without my readers. Maybe. But it doesn't seem to be either one of those. Therefore, well, that's the same as that one. Maybe it's one of these. It's one of these guys like that. That's right. And I think I literally just put up the tool I needed. But you know what? If you put them up, you know where it is every time. Throttle cable under here in there. Come on. Oh, come back here. That halfer got all 3 half-inch wrenches out. That one was trying to disappear. Come on. You know what? Let's look at this. It's not bolted. I don't have this part bolted on yet. Maybe I should do that in a second. This is not wanting to slip down in there like it's supposed to. Probably got paint all over it. Here. Whoa, too far. Dadgum. Okay, right about there. This goes through the hole. For the life of me, I don't understand why. I don't understand a lot of things. I don't understand why they just thought, hey, let's put this bolt through here with a big, nasty, pointy side sticking through. Maybe they didn't. Maybe somebody else put this in here. But it does look kind of dangerous. Maybe I could put a rubber cap over that or something. Need to find the rest of the bolts that hold the adapter on there. And I've got one in my hand and I can't find the other one. I think that's one. And I think I thought it had a washer. Yep, it does have a washer. It did have a washer, but I don't see it. So therefore, that's not right. That's not the right bolt. I'm not picking up the right stuff here. All right, let's find it. Now, I'm not kidding you. You take care when you take stuff off to put them in a bolt box. And then you go to put things back on, and one bolt is missing. And you're like, well, what happened? Where'd it go? I put it in the box. How did it disappear? And I don't know. I don't understand why that is like that. But I found one that'll work, I think. It's actually, I want to switch it with this one. Because you know I like to have matching hardware. And this one is a little different. And I'm not sure it's long enough. Oh, yeah, it is. Just didn't have that thing shoved back there. Plenty long. There, now, these guys, I think maybe they're 1/2 inch. Let's take a peek. Yep, 1/2 inch. Zip this up. Not the ratcheting box in. Magic tool. Magic. Oh. Get my fingers in there. I actually made this where I could tighten this one up. I don't believe it. Work the bolt. Don't look at the camera. Probably got my head right in the way. What is going on here? That one doesn't act like it wants to tighten. On this side, maybe somebody dugga this one too much. Feels like it. Great. Undo. Right click, undo. I did notice just a second ago that this particular bolt had aluminum on the thread. Which one was the longer one? I think this one was longer right here. Maybe. Dude. Come on. Yeah. See, that guy's longer. See if we can maybe put Shorty McBritches right there. Maybe wiggle this longer one down. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know who says that. Oh, yeah. Come on. And I know y'all are going to facepalm when I tell you this, but I'm not 100% happy with my oiling setup down there, down on the block. So that may get changed. I may not show you that because y'all have stared at the bottom of this block. Good gravy. Get on there. Bottom of this engine for a lot. Just watching me wrench on things and talk. Now I don't want to. overdug of these. It was not dugged at all. Dugga. Dugga. Just because I don't want to delete the threads. Although, I mean, I could run them all the way through, and there's plenty of room on the backside here. I could run bolts all the way through and put a nut if necessary, but if I don't have to do that, I don't want to do that. Boom, upper intake is on. Okay, now let's get this cable on there. And I think this is, I want to say that's a 10 millimeter. I won't know until I find a 10 millimeter. Not a 10 millimeter. Not a 10 millimeter. Definitely not a 10 millimeter. Not 10. Some days I walk over here and I just put my hand right on it. There it is, 10 millimeter. Which I know I've got a ratcheting box end of that somewhere here. I think that went through that hole. And this went through this hole. And then I just tighten that little guy up. Oof. Oh my gosh, stop that. Just like that. Whoop, whoop. All right. Look at that. No flex. Well, very little flex. Cool. Doing things that matter today. Happy about that. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Sharpie and I'm going to color on the spot where I accidentally touched the valve cover with my silver Sharpie. Well, maybe it's not so noticeable. Do need to fix this wire, which is out of frame, of course. All right, let's move on. Okay, here's the downpipe. I went ahead and welded this thing completely up the other day, and my back was on fire when I got done. So I put a V-dam down there. I put me a dump on it that we've run on the other car. It's just a little Y piece that you put a header plate cut out. I got a plate that fits on there and it bolts on. And it's the downpipe of 1,000 welds. But we got it all put together, all welded up, and it's all ready to install, except for the wrap. Now I think I was gonna wrap the thing, all the way down. And then I thought, really, from about here on out, that's where exhaust pipes normally are on the car. So there's really not any point in wrapping from this V-band. Oh, I said it. From this modular clamp on out to the other end. So I think really all I'm going to wrap is from this clamp back up to the turbo, the top section up here. That's, where your arms will be, when you're looking at stuff and just keep heat away from the hood. So that's the only part we're really going to wrap on this. Now I kind of blindly welded that section on. I got in there and marked it and looked at it, but I hope it's not like pointed at the ground or something. Maybe it's not. Maybe this section is not pointed at the ground. I know that one is rotated around where it kind of points out the side. But anyways, so that's our downpipe. It's all done. Just got to wrap that one little part. Okay, we'll see how this works. Got our heat wrap here. Just some quote unquote titanium heat wrap off of the eBay place. Now comes those metal tie wrap things. Man, I've never had good luck with those. They always I never seem to get them tight. Can't seem to get them tight. I don't really understand why, but I don't know if this stuff is going to make me itchy, but I do know that's going to poke me. Okay. This stuff, this is just the section I'm going to wrap. I'm thinking, some people say wet this stuff down. I've never done that. I've just wrapped it dry, and with fairly good luck. So what I usually do is just wrap, and then I put one of these kind of clamps on it down there, and that holds it. But usually I take a zip tie when I get done wrapping, zip tie it, and then I put one of these clamps on. Now I take the zip tie off because it'll just melt and come undone anyways. So let's actually put my gloves on, because I don't know if this is fiberglass or not, but I really don't want to itch all the time. And it's going to be a lot easier wrapping this particular pipe than the last version. Because the last version was really big. And kind of hard to put a few wraps on that, make it stay. Then we'll start just kind of going. Oh my gosh, keeps turning. Stop that. Maybe that's where the little metal ties are supposed to help, but usually once you get a few turns on it. Oh my gosh. Okay. Back up. I'm trying to have a tutorial here, and I'm just not being very good at it. Maybe it's because I'm hot. Even though it's not nearly as hot today as it has been being. Still, once I kind of get a good tight roll on it, I think I can just keep on trucking. Oops. Now that needs to pull this way. Come on. Stop flopping around like a tuna. Like a tuna head. I may cut this part out of the video. See, it looks like you know what I might do? I just sit that guy on the floor. That might make this a little more easy to do. Small wrinkle. Should have made a spool. Should have made a spool for that roll to sit on. Flip that around. This is a good time to have the apron on. Keep all this. Like I said, I don't know if this is fiberglass or not, but it doesn't appear to be putting shiny things in my gloves like some kinds of this stuff does. So we'll just wrap. Keep wrapping. It won't look professional, but I mean, what else would you expect? I know if anybody that does turbo stuff for a living probably if they watch this video, they're probably losing their minds, or any of these videos, or any of 30-minute mechanic. Probably point out, don't do that because of this. Don't do that. You know what? Whatever. I do this for fun. And if I screw up along the way, well, I'll go back and fix it. That's part of the learning. part of the fun. I've played with cars for a long time. And where in the heck did that go? This roll. My roll left the chat. I really hope this is in the shot. I've been playing with cars for a long time, and you know, I learned a long time ago, if you're going to do it for a hobby, something for fun, don't take it too seriously, because it's not, it loses its fun when you start to get too serious about stuff. You want to just go out and build something, play with it, see how things work, modify it, change it. My thumbs are getting really tired. Modify it, change it, try something different. I mean, that red Mustang that I have, my 83, has been the epitome of change things. Run this for a while. Nope, okay. Well, kind of bored with that combo. Let's do something else. Let's put a small block in it with a 5-speed. And that's, oh, stop it. So we run it like that. We run it with a turbo. We run it with nitrous. We run it with a big block. What am I doing here? I'm getting screwed up. Then big block with nitrous. You know, just learning along the way as we go. You know, EFI, carburetors, all that kind of stuff. Okay, I'm just about, maybe I can get my scissors here. Fancy scissors. I'm so glad I was able to cut that with one hand. And we're going to do a little wrap around. And then get the old zip tie here. Come on. I just zip tied my glove thumb in there. Okay, there we go. Got a little gap right there. Hope we can see that in the, there we go. I have no idea if I videoed this because the camera's pointed away, but if it's terrible, then we'll post it anyways. All right, here comes the tricky part. This is the tricky part. Just trying to get my clamp on here. Got me a couple of extra zip ties here, just in case something. Actually, you know, if I was smart, I would take this and wrap the snot out of it super tight right here. So if it does try to come loose, it'll stop right there. Some days, my brilliance knows no end. I couldn't find my cutters, so I'm having to use these things. They are not working super good. Ah, there we go. Okay, got that piece. Oh, where's my clamp? Which one was I using? This one? That off. Now that's no good. I want that. Go away. That flies on my elbow at the moment. Just for the record, I'm going to tuck that back under just a hair. Going to tighten that up. Slip this around here. I don't know if you're seeing any of this or if I'm just talking, but this is what I do. What the heck? Oh, the little cap's gone. Where's the cap? Maybe it doesn't need it. There's a little cap that goes right there. Maybe I don't need it. Okay. This around here. And I don't really know that I need. Well, let's just grab. There's the wrench. Got the wrench. Oh my gosh, what's going on? Okay. That's on there pretty snug. Man, what did I do with my clothes? Cut these off. Actually, I'm going to have to remember the little trick about putting the zip ties just a little farther up. There we go. Those are off. Okay. I might take my fancy scissors. Take my fancy scissors and just kind of trim some of these little strings up right there. Just give it a haircut. Look at that. Boom. Now I might come back. Nothing I am. I'm going to come back and put, that one looks a little better. That's a little prettier. Let's put one up here at the top too, just to keep this from unraveling on this end too. I mean, this kind of looks like overkill. I mean, I could use a worm drive clamp, just a regular hose clamp, but got a bunch of these kind, so I'm just going to use them. Let's see if this pipe is in there like that. Maybe I'll just put that pointed up. I don't know if y'all have seen this little ratchety head I have on this. This is pretty cool. Little ratchety head I have on a little tiny breaker bar. I use that thing all the time. You know what? That one doesn't tighten down that far. Dad nabbit. Back to the other one. Dag nabbit. My thumb is on fire. I've used it too much. Getting parts and stuff scattered everywhere here. Guess I got a hose clamp right there I could use. This style tightened down tight enough down at the bottom, so these two clamps are a little different. Just wiggle that on there. Come on. Oh my gosh. Get on there. People are tired of watching me. They're ready to go watch Cletus McFarland. I will say, we watched that Cheap Truck Challenge or Tough Truck Challenge or something on Cletus's channel. That was about the funniest thing I've watched in a long time. So there's a plug. Go watch that. It's pretty dang funny. You know, I could just do it like this. Swing, swing, swing. Look at that. Done-o. Where's my scissors? Give this one a little tiny haircut right there. Shoop. And that right there, a little tiny haircut. Shoop. Dunzo. Look. Downpipe. Wrapped. All ready to stick in there, maybe. There's that dumb fly again. I mean, really? Fly? You may be fast, but you're stupid. Except you keep landing on my elbow, and I can't hit you back there. Okay, downpipe done. Okay, I just quickly stuck it in there. Kind of see what it's going to look like. Doesn't look half bad. I think it'll get the job done. Looks all right. Upper intake, elbows on, cables are in. Getting kind of excited about this now. Yeah. All right. Well, that does it for 30-minute mechanic today. Upper intake's on, all sealed up, even the weirdo bolt down inside. We managed to get that in there. I think I did that on a time lapse, so maybe you don't have to watch me struggle with that because that took forever. Intake's on, intake elbows on. We got the cables put on. We grabbed the top section of our downpipe, got that thing wrapped with that heat wrap. I hate that stuff, but you know, it works pretty good. So anyways, it's all wrapped, and not gonna do the bottom part because I don't think it's really necessary down there. So that's all the heat wrapping I'm gonna do. So I guess that does it for today. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, tell your friends, watch the playlist, and we'll see you next time. Bye.